Hey there, everybody. It's your girl Barbie J here with another recap and review of Tyler Perry's comedy drama, The Oval, Season 4, Episode 10, Truth Be Told. Truth be told, there was so much stuff in here that didn't make a doggone bit of sense. I ain't know what to say about it. And that's the truth that's going to be told, okay? I don't know what else to say. But before I get on with this recap and review, I just wanted to let y'all know that right after this show went off, did y'all see that other show that came on called Rolling Into Christmas? It had Miss Jody in it. It was starring Miss Jody. Was one of the, she wasn't the star, but she was one of the main characters in this show. I said, go on, Miss Jody doing other things. She doing big things in other Christmas and holiday shows. And also in that show was the young man who plays Paris in Tyler Perry's sister. You know, Paris, the janitor that Andy was messing with. He was in it also with a little British accent. I was like, all right now, I love when I see these characters getting, work other places and other types of TV shows with other directors and producers, you know what I mean? Anyhow, I thought I'd throw that out there. Remember, the name of that movie is Rolling Into Christmas. And it starred also, heck, I forgot her name, but she was in that TV show that they took off the air, Our Kind of People. Remember that TV show they was about in Martha's Vineyard? And there was one of the daughters, there was a daughter in it of the rich people, and she was a real biatch. Well, this is the young lady who was in that show. Anyway, let's get on with it. Okay, so it starts with Jason stabbing David and killing a soldier, and getting into his car and driving off. First of all, this scene was totally ridiculous, and I refuse to expound on it, okay? Because ain't no way in the world no dumb behind Jason is able to kill some military dude the way he just did, like it was nothing. That was so dumb. Moving right along, then we have Donald calling Alan, with business issues and to see when he's coming into work. And then Alonzo stops by Alan's house telling him that he thinks he was right about Ellie and, about them, Ellie not being shot accidentally, that is. And Alan tells him what he learned from Donald regarding Ellie and Grip, and his dumb butt believing it. And Alonzo questions him about that, like, where did you get this info from? And do you really believe what he told you? And Alan was like, yeah, I believe it. That's what happened. And then Alonzo lets Alan know that he has witnessed some strange things going on by working with the president. And Alan tells him to be careful with getting that coke for the president because the president won't come to save him. And he damn straight right about that. Then we have Victoria on the phone talking to someone about how sad she is that her son has died. I said, Lord Jesus, this is unfreaking believable. She is such a great actress, and Priscilla comes by and Victoria gets off the phone and the ladies exchange unpleasantries towards each other. And then Victoria mentions, Sam and him being shy and says, she'll have to go check on him. And Priscilla said, I'm sure he'd like that. He respects you. And Victoria's like, respect, and purposely reminds her that he effed me, And Priscilla's like, oh, I know nothing about that. And then Victoria's like, calls Priscilla a biatch and tells her to get out of here. Leave, she told her, leave. And she's like, if you wish. And she walked away. So at this point, Hunter walks up to her and wants to know what she and Donald are up to. And Victoria's like, I'm always up to something. And he asks her, what did she do to Jason? And did she look at his face when she did whatever it is she did to Jason? And then he asks Victoria, because she's not answering him. Then he asks Victoria, where is he? And she's like, who? And he says, you know who I'm talking about. And then he gets annoyed with her and walks away. But he never said Jason's name. That's why she's like, what is he talking about? Because in her mind, Jason is dead. So, and Hunter's doing so much drugs, he don't know what he's talking about. That's what she's thinking. So now we see Eli and Simone, they preparing to go to the White House to meet with Hunter and Victoria to apologize for blaming them for all of those White House deaths that they were accusing them of. And Simone doesn't want to go, and she's procrastinating, and Eli is rushing her. So then we have Richard and Nancy. They're talking about Barry. She's still worried about him. Then Dale shows up to pick up Sharon. He comes in and says, "Hi, Mom." And she laughs. And then Nancy offers him some food. And she places a plate of food down in front of him. And what happened, y'all? This time there's a fork on that plate. Yes, Nancy had a fork on the plate, y'all. It wasn't a forkless plate like she always do. So then we see Bobby and Max. They're waiting for Eli and Simone to come out, and they're discussing what they're going to do when they see Kyle and Donald. They both say they're going that they will do their jobs. And so they standing there planning later on how they're going to do a 2-for-1 killing of them both and make it look like an accident. And they sitting there laughing about it. Then Max asks on Bobby if Lily had called, and Bobby breaks down and tells how he feels hurt by her and how he has never experienced anything like that before. And then Max admits how he went to his in-laws, breaking the locks, being concerned for them, not just for his son, because of Kyle was threatening them, saying he was there. So then all of a sudden Eli and Simone come out, and they get into the car, and they all depart going to the White House. Then they switch over to show Lily. Okay, she shows up to the Richardson pharmacy to pick up her prescription and is waited on by Kareem. As she doesn't have money to pay for it, saying she left her wallet or pocketbook in the car, and he offers to walk her to the car. But Lily is looking sad, and she's in pain, and she almost passes out, and he puts in a seat, have her sit down, and we start seeing a softer side of Kareem. I said, what the hell is going on here, Tyler? You done went and changed Kareem now? Kareem is showing concern and compassion towards Lily, and she's crying, and he asks if she's in danger or needs help, due to her coming in there for some pain meds. He said he sees things like this all the time. So he informs her that he knows of a group that can help her, and she kind of chuckles and said, that his group can't help her. And he said at least they would try to help her. And she asks, can she just sit there and rest for a moment? And he tells her she could take her time. I said, not Kareem being soft and understanding and compassionate. And I was like, okay, I got this. All right, then we have Sharon and Nancy. They walking into the dining room where Dale is eating, and Sharon asks him to give her a moment alone with Nancy. Why didn't you and Nancy just talk when y'all were upstairs together? Where had they just come from? Why you want to interrupt him and Dale in the middle of eating, wasting all that damn good food? What's wrong with you, Sharon? Anyway, I'm just saying, y'all, it made no sense. Y'all could have talked upstairs. And then you make him get up and leave and go outside. It just made no sense. Then Sharon and Nancy, they start talking about still not hearing from Barry and being concerned, and the Rackaducci cult, and this address that Miss Nancy has for the cult that she got from the insurance company. I didn't understand that part, but we're going to let that go. And Sharon asked Miss Nancy if she thinking about going there, and she warns her not to go because those people are crazy. She said, Miss Nancy said, well, I'm not going because I'm not crazy. That's what we thought, didn't we, y'all? Anyway, Alan goes into Donald's office now, saying he's sorry that he's late, and Donald says it's fine, and then asks Alan for a hug. Hello, Donald doing a whole lot of hugging, and I don't understand how Alan is not bothered by it. So Donald tells Alan not to worry, no one is going to hurt him, and that he will always protect him. Wow. When he sent, Grip there to kill him. Ain't that nothing? Oh boy. So while hugging the second time, Kyle walks in without knocking and sees this, and he immediately is jealous. He tells Alan to leave. So he does. Then he questions Donald about what he just saw, and Donald ignores him and asks what he wants. Then he tells Kyle that they'll talk later about it. And as Donald leaves to go check on the president, he do this purposely. He calls Alan to go with him and smiles at Kyle, who is like pissed about them even being near each other. I swear he is. He is so jealous. I'm like, poor Kyle. And somebody told me Kyle is always the one on the outside, don't really have an ally or somebody to, on his side. And you know what? I'm seeing that side. I forgot who told me that, but you are absolutely right, my dear. And then we have Eli and Simone. They arrive at the White House and are greeted by Kyle, who is being stared down by Max and Bobby. Then we have Kyle engaging in some unnecessary conversation with Max. And then Bobby comes and stands by Kyle. And I totally believe that it's to make sure nothing gets out of hand or anything goes down between them while they're there. Next, we have Donald and Alan. They arrive to the residence looking for the president, and they are met by Victoria, who's still in her little witchy ways. She's still in her witchy ways. And she asks Alan if he's still grieving. And he answers and says, yes, he is. And asks her about her. Is she still grieving? And he said, of course. She's like, of course I am. And he gives his condolences and leaves to go get Eli and Simone to bring them up to the residence, because that's what Donald told him to do. But Victoria stops him just to be annoying for no apparent reason. And Donald just shakes his head, and Alan finally leaves. And Victoria asks Donald what did he do to get Alan back. And he told her everything she said. And he let her know that it worked like a charm. Then she's like, you can thank me later. And he's like, yeah, I will, or whatever. Then Hunter comes out into the hall where they are, and he says he needs a drink. And Donald tries to get him to drink later, but Hunter's like, no, I want a drink now. I'm not trying to hear it. And Richard comes out and asks Hunter what type of drink he wants. And Hunter asks him, oh my God, asks him, how long have you worked here? And he's like, 20 years, Richard says. And Hunter says, and you still don't know what the president drinks? I'm like, hello? What the hell? That was so stupid. Every president has their own favorite drink. Every president don't drink the same thing, Hunter, you dummy. So Richard goes to get a drink as Eli and Simone come up the stairs, and Hunter makes their remark stating, oh, look, it's the revenge of the nerds. I'm laughing because Eli really looks like a nerd. And so Victoria's telling him to behave, and I'm like, really, Vicky? It's like, why don't you take your own darn advice, girl? So Donald dismisses the agents, and Max said, we'd rather not, sir. Then Donald asks, do you think something's going to happen to them? It's the White House. So Eli says, it's fine. Then Max suggests that Bobby takes the kitchen and that he and Kyle wait at the bottom of the stairs. And, but not before Hunter tells him that he looks like Ish. And he's like, thank you, sir. But anyway, back to that, at the bottom of the stairs, he said, we'll be at the bottom of the stairs. So Victoria takes another opportunity to slam Kyle with a gay joke and says, oh, that's great, because Kyle is more comfortable on the bottom. First of all, how the hell do you know that? Okay, so anyway, so Hunter, Simone, and Eli make faces of her, like faces of disgust. And Kyle just kind of smirks a bit. And Donald has no expression whatsoever. It didn't bother him either way. It didn't even move him. So they all very cordial, except Hunter, who is not interested in sitting through this little speech from Eli. He tells Hunter that Langley showed them the proof that he and Victoria are innocent and what he accused them of. Richard comes and brings out the drink. It's brandy, which Hunter doesn't drink. He gets mad and he puts it down on the tray and sends Richard away to get him another drink. And he's so rude to him. Just so rude. And it ends with stupid Nancy sitting in her car at the Rackaducci compound watching some children playing. And I guess she thinks that she sees Callie, and she gets out of the car, not realizing that one of their men had been watching her for an hour. He asks, what is she doing? And she's like, he's like, who are you? And she's like, he's like, are you from the government? And she's like, no. And she tried to lie and say she took a wrong turn, but he was like, nah, you didn't. I ain't trying to hear that because you've been here sitting here way too long. So he tells her that she is not leaving, and she's like, yes, I am, and tries to push him out of the way and try to get back in her car, but he pulls her out of it and closes the door. And I'm going to tell y'all right now, this was a useless doggone scene, and it made no sense that scary Nancy would do something so dumb and out of character as this to go up there to that compound when two people couldn't handle it and almost died. It made no damn sense. But that is how it ended That is how the show went down. Y'all let me know what y'all think in the comment section. And if you haven't subscribed to my channel, please take a moment right now and subscribe. Hit that subscribe button. Then hit the notification bell. Select all, and it'll let you know every time I upload a new video. Then I ask that you hit that thumbs up button, which is the like button. Write a comment and share this video if you see fit. It's your girl Barbie J saying I'll see you in the next video and wishing you happy holidays and season's greetings. Peace.